Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome to PNP. Today's episode is brought to you by CBDX.com. And CBDX.com is not your average CBD company. We've all tried CBD, and none of it is like the real deal. CBDX is the real deal, and CBDX.com ships right to your front door. Right now, my listeners get 20% off their orders at CBDX.com with the promo code PNP. CBDX makes delicious gummies, amazing flour, tremendous cartridges. All products look, smell, taste, and feel the same, and they actually work. CBDX.com is the future. Go to CBDX.com, enter the promo code PNP for 20% off all orders, plus a free gift from the CBDX team. Don't use CBDX products before driving, operating heavy machinery, or getting tested. CBDX.com, enter the promo code PNP for 20% off all orders. CBDX loves football, and that's why they're here. Show CBDX some love and support the show. 20% off plus a free gift when our listeners use the promo code PNP at CBDX.com. Now let's get to the show. Dave, why you smiling like that, man? Why you smiling like that, dog? Hey, man, I need me some CBD to relax because it's been a long, stressful
I
weekend.
got I got I got this instead.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Do what you whatever your advice is, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right. But I might be pulling out the gunshots. I'm ready, locked and loaded. And it's gonna be a lot to talk about today. Listen, we went off the rails a little bit yesterday. It was frustrating to go out the way we did yesterday. It was frustrating to lose like that in that manner. And we pissed off, bro. We was pissed off. So now we've had a day to kind of come back, gather our thoughts, look at these numbers, and we might get pissed off even more. We don't
I
even know.
just spilled my beer, so I know how I feel about it.
Yeah, we you never know what's gonna happen. So get your popcorn ready. It's gonna be a fun one. And Dave, you might get healed, Dave. You never know what's gonna happen, man. So stay tuned. But before we get into this, man, we know how your Sunday was. How was the rest of the weekend, Dave?
Pretty good, man. You know what? Today is a holiday. I had the day off of work. I got the day off tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday, so it's just pretty chill, peaceful. That's all you can do. Um, it's been Metroid Dread weekend, so I've been playing a lot of Metroid Dread. Um, that's been my focus. I finished it off this morning, so pretty good. No complaints. What about you, man?
Yeah, man, I ain't do nothing, man. I was chilling, watching college football all weekend. I didn't do much at all, man. I hit a couple parlays on some betting
Good for you.
on college football, so that was good. Um, Outside of that, man, I've been chilling, bro. I've been chilling. Went to the game on Sunday. I felt like I was in Philly, but it's all good. It's all good. But let's go ahead and get into this, man, because we don't need to waste no more time. It's a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. Uh, Man, where do we start? We got to start with the Patreon members, man. Shout out to all the Patreon members. Uh,
Be positive.
y'all the real envy. We're gonna try to be positive, man. We're gonna try to be positive.
Well, we start on
Shout
a positive note because our Patreon supports the channel, and we really appreciate it.
Facts. We really appreciate y'all. And hey, listen, I was working on the film breakdown I owe y'all for the Cowboys game, but it was really glitchy in the all 22. The NFL has really screwed up the all 22. I don't know if y'all having a game pass, but it's really janky. And I tried to put it together, and the shit it was real janky. So I'm gonna try again this week. We'll break down probably what the hell went wrong with the interceptions. But anyway, shout out to all the Patreon members, man. Y'all the real MVPs. Appreciate all the support from all the free agents. It's a lot of y'all, man. I think we had another new one sign up. I didn't update him yet, but shout out to him for signing up. Um, I don't know why it's there, but shout out to all the franchise players, man. Y'all, Jared, all y'all, man. Appreciate all y'all support. Ace, Burns, Charles, D'Angelo, Darius, Eddie, Will, John, Adam, Blue Seltzer, Bradley. Appreciate all y'all support. All right. And then the most valuable players. Appreciate y'all, man. Tyree, Aiden Watt, T Sween, Noli, BS, Matthew, Austin, Ruben, J Hudge, Charlton, RJ, Marcus, Coach P, Austin B, and Antoine, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all support for real, means a lot. But all right, let's move on. Injury updates. We don't got no real injury updates. I think we got out the game pretty scot free from an injury standpoint. According to Matt Rule, Christian McCaffrey's they're gonna update us on Christian McCaffrey's status on Wednesday. He did practice all last week, but they held him out, and it kind of is what it is with that. But hopefully, we will see Christian McCaffrey on Sunday. I think all signs point to Christian McCaffrey playing on Sunday. So if there's no setbacks, barring any setbacks, he should be good to go. And Shaq Thompson, I haven't heard anything about Shaq. I expect him to be out another couple weeks or so, or another week at least. Not a couple weeks because they didn't IR him. So I expect him maybe another week and he'll be back. But we did look pretty darn good without Shaq yesterday. I gotta admit, defense held their own. So
well, it depends on who you ask.
Well, true. That's true. We'll hold that thought, Dave.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just
hold
letting you
that
know.
thought. I
Who
got
you
you.
ask.
Hold that thought. But all right. So injury updates. That's it. Roster moves. We ended up waiving Rodney Smith. That was a guy that did get some playing time yesterday. I saw him out there. But this to me signals that CMC is going to come back and he's going to be ready to go on Sunday. So that's all. I mean, you got Royce Freeman. You got Chuba. Rodney, I mean, I think
He
Andy
might make
was
it back to
active.
the squad. He might make it back to the squad.
I don't know because I think he played in 3 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
So he was on the active roster. So that means you got to promote him. And at that point, you had to make a decision. I could be wrong on the timing on that, but I'm not sure. But I think he was working on his 3rd game played, and so that could be a problem. It could be an issue as to why they did not bring him back. But coach, they asked him about it, and he said we just moved on. So. It is what it is with that. So, shout out to Rodney. He was solid player. He was solid last year. Between him and Trenton Cannon, both of those dudes did a decent job when Christian McCaffrey went down last year. So, I think he'll find a job somewhere else. He's a good receiver out the backfield too. So, that being said, no more roster moves. Let's move on, Dave. We got to get into this right here. We got to get into this before we even talk about the game. We got to talk about this post. Well, excuse me, this is not the post game. This is the Monday presser. This is the presser from today that we're specifically going to discuss because there was a lot around this, especially floating on Twitter. There was a lot of, comments and some of the things that he said and didn't say. Dave, I'm gonna pass it to you. What was your first thoughts on? Well, I guess what was your biggest takeaway on what Matt Rule said?
He tried to shape it as team, and that's cool and all, but he wasn't really trying to do that last year. He seems to not understand what happened in the 3rd quarter. He heard about what happened with Robbie. He hasn't talked to Robbie Anderson since the whole incident during the game. We'll probably talk about that a little bit later. He blamed the defense numerous times during this presser. And I think and I know that he's trying to shape it as a team thing.
Yeah.
But that's out of pocket, bro. You can't do that. Defense is the reason why you won the first 3 games.
Facts.
So you can't be out here blaming the defense because they couldn't do what they could do in the 4th quarter when you out here being lethargic in the 3rd. You know what I'm saying? Like, the offense got to do something too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean and I get what he's trying to do. It's a delicate balance, right? He's trying to not alienate one person. So he's trying to.
But he didn't have an issue doing that last season, bro.
He did not. You're right. I get what, like I said, I get what he's trying to do. He's trying not to say, and he said it multiple times. I don't want to play the blame game.
Shout out the 4-man rush. Shout out the
Yeah,
4-man rush, man.
he walked back. He walked back a couple of joints. He said, "Yo, um, he said, yo, I because he blamed on the throw, the third down throw we were talking about yesterday, which I said was a bad throw. He during his press conference yesterday, he said, yo, that was a bad throw. No. He blamed it on Sam yesterday, but then he walked it back today, stating that, oh, it was a bad throw. You got to hit him, but at the same time, Robbie got to catch the football. You got to lay out. So he's really trying. He's trying his damnedest not to throw Sam under the bus and not trying to throw the offensive line under the bus. He is trying his hardest to not throw anybody under the bus. He's trying. He's really trying not to. And again, I don't know what. It's a difficult balance. It's a difficult balance for him because this was a bad loss. It's a bad loss. One of the things that really kind of made me mad was like, yo, he kind of, for lack of better, I'm loosely quoting. He was like, yo, if we use this loss as motivation, like we gonna be fine. Like, what is you talking about? Like, what is you talking about, Matt? Like, you don't. This is not college. Like, this is not how you don't. This is a piss poor way to lose a game, fam. You had the game in hand. Your offense is continuing not to show up in the third quarter. They're not showing up in the second half. How many times do you need to learn this lesson to fix it? He's saying we're gonna fix it. It ain't been fixed. This has been an issue going back to last season. Like, people lose sight of that. This has been insane. This has been a problem going back to last year. We can't get lost in this year too. You gotta go back to last year. This was a problem last year, and so I have a problem with him saying, "Oh, we got to use this as motivate." Use this as a launching point. Fam, what are we doing?
Well, I'm gonna throw Coach Rule a bone here. So let's flash back to 2013. I flew to Buffalo, New York to go see the Panthers play the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills aren't the Buffalo Bills of now with Josh Allen. The Buffalo Bills then had E.J. Manuel as their starting quarterback. Ron Rivera's clock management skills at the end of that game gave E.J. Manuel an opportunity to win the game with no time left. And that's exactly what he did. And it was atrocious. But that game did turn the season around. They ended up winning the division. Now, that being said, do I think this is going to come out of Rule? I hope so. But I think he's got an element of issues across the board here that he's got to take face on. Like, I know what he was trying to do today, man. I really do. I know what he was trying to do. But I think you're putting a calculated risk of losing your team, throwing the wrong folks under the bus.
That's a fact. And we saw that happen. We saw that unravel last year with Teddy. We saw that exact thing happen with throwing dudes under the bus. And like, he's trying, like, you can see him, he's trying not to, but you at the same time, fam, you got to call, like, you can't do what you, and I get it, bro. Like, he's trying to prop them up. He was saying, yo, with the players that we have on defense, we can't go out like that. We can't give up. Like, I get you trying to promote and give them props, but tear them down at the same time. Like, you can't do that. Like, you got dudes that's gonna take that the wrong way. Like, I would be if I'm playing, like, I'm like, fam, what is you talking about? If I'm one of them defensive dudes, I'm like, coach, like, what are you talking about? Like, yo, we gave these dudes the football plenty of times, and they couldn't score. What are you talking? You not even, and you throwing us under the bus? And like I said, I get what he's trying to do, but he ain't effective. That was not the right way to do it, bro. That was not effective. He got to do better than that. And so it's tough, man. It's tough. Go ahead. Shout out to Corey, man. He said the third quarter downfalls is getting hit by our defense this year. Scripted plays we have coming out of it. Listen, and this is another thing. Thank you for that reminder, because he said this. This is very, very transparent. Like, he said this, Dave, and this was I didn't tweet. I was ready to tweet this, and I did. But this man literally came out and said, fam, we score most of our points on our first 4 drives. After that, when we're not comfortable anymore, when we can't score. Meaning those first four drives are probably scripted. They're scripted. You can go out and score on the scripted plays, but when you got to go off the script and adjust halftime adjustments,
He don't do it.
you can't do it. He admitted it. He flat out admitted it in the press conference. He said it. He said, "Yo, we can't adjust." Pretty much. He pretty much said it.
You know, there's a coach who starts with scripted plays. He's no longer coaching NFL right now, but he's won 2 Super Bowls. But he's talked about how his first like 15 or 20 plays, he runs those regardless of the game script, right? That's what he runs, and that's what he does. That coach is Mike Shanahan. So that's what he did every game. He had 15 to 20 plays that he would roll with from the gate. And then after that, then you're coaching. Like you make your proper adjustments, you call the right plays as the game flow shows. But those first 15 to 20 plays, that's what he called. It sounds like that's what he's doing, but he ain't doing no level of adjustment. He's just going off a script. And he talked a lot about, hey, you got to do within the system. When we do within the system, we'll win games.
Saying that. He kept
saying that. But that tells me a lot too. That tells me that he doesn't have, he knows he doesn't have a quarterback that can do their own thing. And he's never had one. And I don't think he has an interest of having one. But that's a different discussion for another day. Like he's not interested in having somebody like an Aaron Rodgers that'll adjust when you get or Dak Prescott. All the guys that you beg to have. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you start hearing what he's saying, he's pretty much saying, bro, I want you to run the plays I call. And that's that. So
yeah, I mean, and you're getting it's getting. I mean, because he talked about, like you brought up earlier, he talked about the Robbie Anderson ordeal when Robbie Anderson blew up on the sideline, being frustrated, and Robbie Anderson goes out there and says, "Yo, we got to do some sluggos because they're sitting on there waiting for you. They're baiting us into throwing these interceptions, and I could be taking off 50 yards downfield, burning cats." So he's saying, "Yo, we got to do more of this." And the coaching staff is like, yo, and that's what Robbie Anderson was pissed off. He's like, yo, you got to play within the system. Do what we say do, and it's going to work out. That's pretty much what Matt Rule was talking about. And then you go back to listen to what the cornerback said from the Eagles. The Eagles cornerback was like, fam, we knew what they was doing. They've been running the same shit the whole damn game, and we just sitting on it waiting for it to happen. We waited for it. They've been lining up like this all game. We waited for it, and we caught them slipping. That's what happened on the last pick. So it's just like, yo, it's been what Dave, it's what we've been saying the whole time. The play calling, the execution. Because listen, I'm not gonna put it all on Joe Brady, but he got to catch some of the heat too. He's not perfect, but at the same time, I agree with what people are saying. You got to go out there execute too. That is part of it. Dudes missing blocks. I get all that. That's true. It all works together. So everybody's right.
But the thing is, bro, the missing blocks has been an issue for a while now. Like that didn't just appear yesterday. Like we out here want to just blame the offensive line, but I'm thinking to myself, bro, I can't. As much as I would like to, I can't. Because it's been a problem for years. This didn't just show up today. It didn't show up yesterday. It's been a problem for years. Before Rule showed up, he had his opportunity to fix this shit when he got here. Before, like this has been an issue for a while. And now people are finally realizing it, but I'm like, guys, I don't want to hear it today. I don't. And we'll get into the players because unlike him, I don't have to balance this shit.
Facts.
I don't have to balance it.
Ain't no balance, B. We bringing out the heaters. Yeah, hey, whenever you ready, Dave, I'm ready. Whenever you, it's ready. So whenever you ready, dog. Whenever you ready.
Now I'm gonna look at some of these comments like, yo, we don't, but we should do it more. And you can go into that. Now that, my friends, is on Brady and Rule. And their lack of not wanting to adjust, because we should be doing this. We know our line is bad. I mean, adjust.
Yeah, I
Even
mean
Rivera,
they tried, but
Even Rivera would know. Like even Rivera would know. Rivera would be like, "Yo, the line's playing bad. We need to put a tight end in the chip." Like
yeah, but
even
they hold on, they did do that. I'm gonna cut them some slack. They did chip, especially interior wise. They tried. They tried. They knew. Even Matt Rule mentioned it during the press conference. He was like, "Yo, we knew we was gonna have problems with the interior. We knew. They knew it. They tried to chip, but when you chip, you taking off another. You taking your running back, and that's the problem, right? And that's the thing when Christian McCaffrey comes back, you taking your running back to be another blocker. Your lack of offensive line is definitely hurting. It's hurting the entire offense because you have to then take a weapon off the field in Christian McCaffrey, whoever the running back is, to chip. And what if that doesn't work? You still under pressure. You still getting killed. So they tried. It's just not working. It's just not working. So, but let's get off this press conference. We got a lot to get into. So as you all know, we caught the fade 21-18. We blew a 15-3 lead. Had the lead. And another thing. Well, I'll save it. But it's getting really frustrating when you haven't been behind at the half in any of these games. Yo, we 5-0 if it's the shit stopped at halftime. We would be 5-0. If the game was only 2 quarters, we would be Super Bowl champions right now. If it stopped at halftime, we will be the winners of everything.
But another thing he said, I know we weren't supposed to leave the press, but we'll say it. We'll say it. He also said, he was like, "Yeah, man, if I'm up in the first half, the goal in the second half is to hold our lead." I'm like, "No, I don't want you to hold your damn lead. I want you to finish him. I need some fatalities up in this piece."
Yep. That's been our problem for a long time. Just ending games, bro. But that's not just a coach rule thing. That goes back pretty far.
That was a Rivera thing. That's a Fox
it
thing.
Goes, it goes back. Cardiac cats didn't. Shit ain't come from nowhere.
But you know what the difference is? Rivera had Cam.
Facts.
Fox had DeLone. As much as y'all feel about DeLone, the dude knew how to close out the fourth quarter. As much as how you
DeLone
feel
was a killer. Nah, you're right. DeLone was a killer.
DeLone was a killer.
He had a different mindset, bro.
Yeah,
DeLone had dog in him. I don't care. Again, I'm not the biggest DeLone guy, but Jake had dog, fam. He had fight. That dude was talking that shit.
Matters. That matters, bro. That matters. Like, and the thing is, right now, we haven't seen that out of Sam. Sam has it doesn't appear that Sam has any type of dog DNA in him right now. It hasn't shown up yet. So you can't have that attitude when you're talking about Sam. And Teddy didn't have it either. All due respect. Teddy didn't have it either. So you got rid of the dog of a quarterback that you had to bring in Teddy, who doesn't appear to have that in him. Even though he's playing pretty well in Denver, but it didn't appear he has it in him. And now you have Sam where we know he doesn't have it in him. And we sitting here wondering why we're terrible. And you have a philosophy of get the lead in the first half and just hold.
And sit on it. Yeah. That was very telling, Dave. You're right. That's a great point. That just and then like challenging your defense like that and then calling them out for not holding the shit. That's just I don't agree with that, bro. I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to play politics and not say the wrong thing in these press conferences. He admitted, he's like, yo, I'm not trying to, y'all know me. I'm not trying to play the blame game. So he knew he was trying to play that balance. But dog, you got to call it like you see it, man. And he definitely didn't do a good job executing that. But let's go ahead and get to his rookie report real quick. Terrace Marshall, 3 targets, 2 receptions, 14 yards. He was missed. Had a wide open first down catch for probably about 12 yards. And Sam Darnold missed him wide open in a zone. He sat and he missed him. Brady Christensen played 71 offensive snaps, which was 100%. He didn't have the best game on that offensive line. He did get pushed around out there, but he wasn't the worst dude out there. I'll give him that. He was not the worst cat out there, but he got pushed around a little bit. It was a rough goal for him. He didn't give up any sacks, but he damn sure gave up some pressures. But all in all,
He did okay, man.
He
He
did
wasn't that
okay. He did
bad.
okay. He wasn't that bad. I don't like him playing. And I told you, I remember somebody told me I didn't know what I was talking about. When I told y'all this was gonna happen, they were gonna put him at right tackle and put Moten at left tackle because that's what they did in the preseason. They did that same look in training camp and in preseason. And somebody told me I didn't know what I was talking about. I told y'all that was gonna happen. Now, do I agree with it? Whole nother discussion. I think that personally you should put Taylor Moten at the right tackle because that's where he's elite. Although he had a good game. He had a good game at left tackle.
He
He had a
did.
good game, but he's good. He's better at right tackle. Christensen is a natural left tackle. You should put him there. Now, they're not going to because Matt Rule believes in analytics and measurements. He's not going to do it. He doesn't believe Christensen's arms are long enough to play left tackle. He said it. It's going on record. So we know that's why he's not playing left tackle. He's probably not going to play left tackle. So
Not as
that's
long
just
as
it.
Rule's here.
Not as long as Rule's here. He's not going. He may transition over there at some point when he get maybe a little comfortable. I doubt it because Matt Rule has said on multiple occasions his arms are too short. So that's why he's not doing it. But I saw this look multiple times during training camp. Y'all saw it too if y'all was following us and watching the training camp videos. I was calling this out. That's why it happened. Okay. Slater has short arms too, and that's why he's not a Panther right now. He's because of that dumb shit. But I digress. Anyway, Tommy Tremble had a good game. He had an awful drop though. Awful drop I think it was in the fourth quarter. That was pretty much one attributed to a drive stopper. He had 3 targets, 2 receptions. He did have 12, and he had a touchdown. I didn't put the touchdown over there, but he did have a touchdown. So shout out to Tommy Tremble, his first career touchdown. Again, he's getting going. We knew his hands were a little bit of an issue. He's working on it. He's getting better, but he did have a bad drop. I gotta call it like I see. He had a really bad drop on that fourth quarter drive. Chuba, again, I'm copping please. Every time Chuba name come up, I feel like I gotta apologize because I was against the pick, but this dude is balling. 24 carries. I told y'all last week, get him the football more. What did they do? They gave it to him. Last week was 13 rushes. This time was 24 rushes, 101 yards, 5 receptions on 6 targets, 33 receiving yards. Dude was balling. Don't tell me Christian McCaffrey's numbers ain't replaceable. I get that Christian McCaffrey brings a different element to the game as far as a threat out of the backfield, a wide receiver out of the backfield, mismatch nightmare. But if you give Chuba the same opportunities, he will prove that he's that same threat. Bookmark it. They're not going to when C-Mac comes back. They're not going to mix it up because that's not what they do. When C-Mac comes back, he'll get all the damn work until he gets hurt again because that's how they operate.
Even though Rule said that he would be willing to give him some more work, but I don't believe
bullshit. It ain't bullshit. It is not happening because the same thing happened when he came back from the Chiefs. When he came back last year in the Chiefs game, he got like 80% of the work. They mixed him in a little. They mixed Mike Davis in a little bit, but they did the same thing last year when he came back. He got all the damn work because that's what they're gonna do.
Well, the thing about Chuba too is that he got all the work. Like he got 29 touches, man. That's McCaffrey like touch range right there, which is a good sign. He played really well.
It is. I mean, shit, 20. That's almost 30 touches. That is McCaffrey range. Yeah. So yeah.
So
Cage Luke, appreciate the super chat, bro. He said Sam will never get over the hump because those hits are wearing out his mind. Trying to be a hero, he blanked. Man, hey, I'm with you. We'll talk about it later. Hold that thought. We gonna get it. Trust me. We gonna get there. We gonna get there, dog. Believe that. We gonna get there. But Chuba Hubbard, man, great game. We'll see him later on Stock Up. That's a little sneak peek. He will be on Stock Up for the second consecutive week. He's balling right now, and y'all can't tell me he can't replace Christian McCaffrey's. Like I've been saying, if you let this man touch the ball the same amount of times as Christian McCaffrey does, he will produce, and he did it. Don't tell me ain't nothing different because the proof is in the pudding, fam. Don't tell me ain't nothing different because it's true. Davion Nixon had himself a game. 90.4 PFF grade, 5 snaps, super efficient. He had a QB hit and 2 tackles in 5 snaps. If that's not efficient, he took every advantage of his opportunities. That's super efficient. That's why his grade so high.
Damn, man. He's got to get more than 5 snaps next week. He has to.
he's. I think he got more snaps last week too, though. But I think a lot of people are high on this dude. But listen, I don't know because I made mention of us potentially signing Daquan Jones. And shout out to Daquan Jones. I saw him yesterday riding a scooter to the to the stadium yesterday before the game started. Shout out to him, man. I was like, I know who that dude is. But yeah, he was just riding through the crowd and shit. I was like, it's crazy. But anyway, yeah, Davion Nixon. He's a very good player. He's going to continue to develop. I like where he is, man. I like where he is. But another guy that had a great day was Keith Taylor. This dude played 70% of the defensive snaps, 47 of them things. He had 3 tackles, 2 targets, and 2 receptions. And those were against Devonta Smith. He only allowed 27 yards. I think Devonta had himself a decent day. And he held Devonta Smith to 27 yards while they were matched up. So I think Keith Taylor had a great game, and he is way ahead of schedule. Again, if you follow this channel, you know how high I was on Keith Taylor even before the draft started. Before we even picked this dude up, I was high on this cat. He's a big 6'3", 200-some pound cornerback. He's physical from Washington. Washington puts out cornerbacks. They are another cornerback factory. This dude is going to be good. I mean, everybody talking about AJ Bouye and CJ Henderson and all these other cats we bringing in. But watch out for Keith Taylor, bro. This dude is a baller, and he got that dog in him too. I like Keith Taylor a lot. So he had himself a game, bro, and he deserves some credit. I think a lot of the secondary players had a great game. AJ Bouye had a great game. CJ Henderson had a great game, and we'll talk about that other guy that's balling out right now too. But we'll get there. Hold that thought. We'll get there. We're gonna get there. All right. So interesting stats. Interesting stats. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of red on this thing. But let's talk about it. Red zone efficiency. We only got down there twice. And that's a huge red flag to me. You only got there twice. And when you got there, only converted one time. That's not good. Not gonna cut it. Third down efficiency, 5 of 15 for 33%. That's not gonna cut it. If you can't extend drives, you're gonna take yourself position. Again, this is the game within the game. We talk about this shit every single week. When you see more green than you see red, it's likely a great day. When you see more red up here than green, it's likely a bad day. This shit is foolproof. It's hit every time. When you ain't won a game when you see red on this shit, it's foolproof. You have to win the games within the game. All right. Pass completions, 57%, not good. Penalties, 9 penalties, 69 yards. That's the worst penalty game we've had all season. DBO, a lot of false starts, a lot of holding penalties. We BO'd. And I ain't talking body odor, Dave. We BO'd, beat ourselves. That's what we did. A lot of runs, a lot of Chuba runs was negated by that shit too. Chuba could have had another 20, 30 rushing yards if it wasn't for them holding pill. We probably wouldn't have got if it wasn't for the hold. One can argue that he needed that hold to spring loose, but hypothetically speaking, he could have had another 20, 30 yards if it wasn't for those holding calls. All right. But shout out to DBO, because that shit ain't working. The rushing numbers, it was up. We were up 30 rushes, 109 yards. Solid day. 3.6 yards per carry. Could have been better, but I ain't gonna nitpick. They ran the ball a lot. When you run the ball a lot like that, you're not gonna hit on every snap. So you got to just keep running the football. They did that. They stuck with the run. So I like it. I like what I saw from the run game. Run defense, 22 rushes for 91 yards. They back. Welcome back to the run defense. Although on that last drive, they got loose. We held them all game, and then the last drive, they started springing loose, and they talked about that during the press conference too. They was running outside, and again, they ran the football out of bounds and gave us the opportunity to hang in there. But the run defense was better. It was much, much better today. I felt like Philly could have ran the ball. They should have ran the ball more probably than they did.
This is more than what they did in the previous games of Philly, though.
That's true.
So they actually didn't abandon the run like they normally would.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like they had more opportunity to run the football, but they didn't, and it's all good. We welcome back run defense, and we'll talk about where we stand in the league. But that Dallas game really just screwed up our run totals, but it's all good. It's all good. Time of possession, we dominated time of possession, and usually when you dominate time of possession, you win games. It just we didn't work because we couldn't convert. But
All
third
right,
down. Go ahead.
we gotta bring this up. I know it's not Panther related, but John Gruden just announced that he's going to be resigning as Raiders head coach.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yo.
Not surprising. Not surprised.
Oh nah. He
Not
don't need that
surprised.
shit, man. The level of heat that he's gonna get, that I'm not shocked by that. But now he lost his Monday night job and the head coaching job. And the crazy thing is that he didn't that happened when he wasn't even a head coach. That whole incident. So maybe Joe Brady
to the Raiders. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, you could. You're gonna hear it already. Trust me, you're gonna hear that shit.
So that means he's not gonna get paid. By the way, I bet you the Jacksonville wishes Urban Meyer would do the same thing. But
if he resigned, yeah,
he doesn't get his money.
He's not gonna get that money. But I'm sure they probably work something out where he can get. It's probably some mutual agreement shit, some shit like that. They probably gave him a little bag to walk away. But let's continue here. Total pressures on defense. 14 total pressures. I would have liked to see this up a little bit. 14 total pressures, 2 sacks, excuse me, 2 hits, and 10 hurries. I would have liked to see that up a little bit more. Defense, again, as a whole, did their job. The secondary was lights out. It really kind of masked some of this pressures, the pressure that we didn't get. But it's all good. I like it's okay. I'm not going to nitpick too bad there. And total pressures on offense, Dave, we gave up 30 total pressures. I repeat, 30. That's no typo, Dave. Jesus. That's accurate. 30. The bulk of them came against the offensive line. There was a couple on the tight ends too. That's why you see different numbers in the offensive line pressures. But 30 total pressures, 5 quarterback hits, 22 hurries. 22 hurries. No quarterback's going to be successful behind that. It is what it is. I know we're gonna kill Sam later. It is what it is. But the offensive line definitely has to. They played their part in this piss poor outing as well. So we're gonna call that shit out too. Third quarter scoring offense, 0 points, Dave. And in the league, in the entire NFL, Dave, we are dead last in third quarter scoring. Insert dramatic pause.
What do you want me to say? All 5 games we've had this problem. 4 out of the 5 games we didn't score a single point.
Dead last.
4 out of 5 games we haven't scored a point in the third quarter. 4 out of 5 games.
Dead last.
4 out of 5 games, and we still won 3 out of those 5 games.
And in the third quarter, Dave, total 59 yards of total offense. 59 and only 2 first downs. And there was 2 takeaways. 2 takeaways that we didn't convert on in the third quarter.
So the defense did do their job
in the third quarter.
In the third quarter,
the offense did not shit in the third quarter, and Matt Rule does not have an answer for it.
I mean, like, look, man,
he don't got an answer. He don't got an answer for it.
He ain't got the answer, Sway.
He don't got the answer, Sway. He don't got the answers.
I got the answers, yo.
But yeah,
quit trying to hold a lead and actually try to get more points. But you do that.
3 points in the second half offense, Dave. We scored 3 points in the total second half. 3 total points, and we ranked 25th in the league in second half scoring. So that's second half. That includes the third and the fourth quarter. So it's a microcosm. Like, we're not good in the second half, period. And again, Matt Rule said it in his press conference. I don't know why they can't figure this shit out, but he said it. He's like, yo, in halftime, we're up. We're up at halftime. We haven't trailed in any game at halftime. No game have we trailed. We go in and we sitting on our high horse. And what are the defenses? What do the NFL coaches do, Dave? What do they do at halftime?
They adjust.
NFL coaches adjust. And we go out there with the same bullshit plan. We get smacked in the mouth, and then either game is closer than it should be, or we get beat.
I did the pre-show with a bunch of Eagle YouTubers Sunday morning, and the only thing I kept saying was, y'all chance to beat us is in the third quarter. If we don't score enough points in the first half to feel like we have a very, very big, comfortable lead, y'all opportunity to come back and get us is in the third quarter, because we're not good in the third quarter. And that's just
ultimately, I mean, easy. Everybody's asking who's to blame. I mean, ultimately, the shit falls on the coach. Coach Brady, Coach Rule specifically has to take blame. Like, this shit is his fault. Like, I don't care, Joe. You are the head coach. You dictate the way this shit goes. So ultimately, the blame is with Coach Rule. That's just, it is what it is. So I digress.
Somebody said that Rule's a good coach. I'm like, yeah, he's a good first half coach. If he's out here blaming the defense because they couldn't hold him out. So,
but all right, that's interesting stats for this game. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Now let's talk about the offensive team rankings. So this is total team rankings, okay? And all you see is just average across the board. There's a couple of things we're doing well. Fourth down conversions is one of them. We rank 9th in the league in fourth down conversions, converting 60% of our attempts. And then rushes per game. Again, sticking with that run. You want to become a run-dominant team, especially when it turns cold. You got to be able to run the football. So we're running almost 30 times a game, and we rank 9th there. And then all these shits relate to the run. We're averaging 1.4 rushing touchdowns per game. That ranks 5th in the league. Everything else is average or below average, okay? And I got some red flags. You can see at the bottom, Dave. I got 2 huge red flags right now. Interceptions thrown. 3% of our attempts are being picked off. 3.28 to be specific. Not good.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
You know who has the best odds in Vegas to have the most interceptions in the league this season?
I saw that. Was it Sam?
It was Sam.
I saw that.
And then the rookies were around him. So Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, Sam. But Sam and I believe it Sam and Zach Wilson was top for the best odds. Plus,
yeah, I think. And I saw another stat where, well, I'll hold it when we get to Sam. I'll hold on to that. But yeah, and also the other red flag was sacks. So sack percentage, 7%. That shit's high, man. That's all. Like, so almost 1 in every 10 drop back, this dude is getting sacked, and that's not good. 7% sack rate. That's 22nd in the league. It's not good. It's not good. Okay, it's not good, man. It's not good. It's either average, or we got some red flags, and we're pretty good in the run game. This is what we're seeing from our offense. All right, this is what we're seeing. All right. Moving on, the defense, on the other hand, the defense is looking good. You got a lot of green up here. A lot of green. A whole lot of green. Couple things I want to point out. Opposing rushing yards per game, 94 yards per game. That's solid. Again, that Dallas game is really skewing that. Before that, we were averaging 45 rushing yards per game, and then we allowed 91 here. So that Dallas total is really killing us. And then I really want to take and draw your attention to the pass stats, right? The pass stats are really impressive. Okay. Opposing pass yards per game, 161 pass yards per game. We rank number 1 in the league in pass yards per game. That's impressive. Sack percentage, number 2 in the league in sack percentage. So just on the opposite end of the field, how we suck at it, at giving up sacks, we also getting those sacks on the opposite, almost at 1 in every 10 dropbacks. So we getting after it, bro. We getting after it, dog. We getting after it. We getting after it. So I love what we're doing here, man. I love what we're doing here. So shout out to the defense, bro. Any comments on this day?
Yo, man, this is the type of chart you want to see. Phil Snow is the best coach on the team. That's the only way. That's the best way to put it at this point. And the thing that sucks is that if things don't work out, I don't see a scenario that Phil Snow sticks around and Rule leaves. It's it's a package deal, but it is what it is. But Phil Snow, considering what he inherited, um, he's always gotten them boys to play, and now he's got some. Now he was able to build the talent around him, but it's great.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man. Yep. So the rushing yards per the yards per rush is a little concerning, but I'm not again it's skewed by that Dallas game. We got torched in that Dallas game. So and then the red zone scoring. They're not getting there very often, but when they do, they're scoring 80% of the time. That's not good. We gotta do better there. We gotta do better there. We gotta do better for sure. All right. So Dave, hit us with some underdog fantasy love, bro.
Yo, man, shout out to Underdog Fantasy. They're a really good company. They've got a really dope product. The big thing about Underdog Fantasy, man, they have the best ball resurrection. And just so you guys know, it's $10 to play. You need to get in this week prior to week 6. You draft a team, and you draft a fantasy team. You draft 20 players. You get 6. And it goes through week 6 through 14. And then if you survive that, then you get into the playoffs for weeks 15, 16, and 17. And you get to win. You have the opportunity to win some money too. So check that out. But if you're going to get into best ball resurrection, you need to do it before Thursday because the Thursday night game is going to begin week 6. And also with regards to you can also draft for individual games like the Sunday night game, the Monday night game. You can do a draft for the entire 1 o'clock slate, which is pretty cool. And they also have this thing called the Pick'em where you can win up to 20 times your money. So if you bet five, if you put a slip in for $5, you can win $100. So I think it's a really I've won my money doing that, and I've also won some money by taking down one of those draft tournaments. So please check out Underdog Fantasy. But if you use the code PNP, you get an additional $10 toward deposit, and you help out the channel. So once again, go to underdogfantasy.com, register, sign up, and you use the code PNP, and you get an additional $10 towards your initial deposit.
Yeah, I got a card out right now for underdog fantasy for this Monday night game, and it ain't looking so hot.
I'm doing okay. I mean, Taylor's scaring me because he broke that 76-yard run, but we got a whole half. And typically Lamar Jackson is a whole half type of guy. And I did a couple drafts today too. I did a few of the drafts for the Monday night game. I'm doing okay. But, we got a whole half. I'm not panicking yet. The one team that I do have that's winning, ironically enough, is the Sammy Watkins. It's the Jonathan Taylor one because he had that big play. But we'll see.
Yep. All right. So let's move on. Stock up, stock down. Who getting the smoke today, Dave?
Everybody but the defense.
Who getting the smoke, man? All right, let's go ahead and kick it off. Offensive line. We got to start there, Dave. Offensive line was straight trash.
Yeah, they were terrible.
It's been something we have been dealing with if you've been a Panthers fan I don't know, going back when Cam got here, it's been a problem ever since Jordan Gross retired. Since Jordan Gross retired, Ryan Khalil got out of here. It has been a complete shit show in the trenches. I got a whole series proving how terrible this offensive line has been. We have failed to address it in the draft, and it continues to show every single week. Every single week. We expect them to come out there and do something different, but they do the same shit every single week. Every single week. It's bad, Dave. Take a look at this shit right here. Pass blocking grades. Pass blocking grades. And you know what really pisses me off about this, Dave? Is they knew this shit was gonna happen. They knew, Matt Rule knew this was gonna happen. He said in the presser, we know they got Fletcher Cox, We know what they got Hargraves, and we knew they were going to come after us in the middle. Pause. And shout out to one of the dudes that said it in the presser. He asked him about the offensive line leakage.
The
interior leakage, he said. Interior leakage, fam. It was definitely a lot of interior leakage. That shit was, they was not pretty.
Man, a massive amount of leakage.
Massive leakage. 24 total pressures, 3 sacks, 2 QB hits, 19 hurries. Again, Christensen he had a rough day. 6 hurries. John Miller, I don't know what the hell is up with John Miller, bro. This dude has been ass.
You know what might be up, but y'all don't want to talk about it. You know what's been up? He's gotten worse since he wasn't that good, and he's gotten worse since the Rona.
Nah, he was serviceable. He was at least serviceable before Rona. He was serviceable. I'm not saying he was great, but dude was serviceable. He is ass right now.
I mean, we've seen that with so many other players, man. Like we've seen that it's not just him. Like there's been other players across the NFL that after they catch the Rona, they're not playing at the same performance level. It happened with Cam last year with New England. Ezekiel Elliott struggled after he had a Rona. John Miller struggling now. This isn't nothing new. He was the only one not vaccinated, by the way. Just want to.
I don't know. I don't know what his status is now. I
don't know what it is now, but when he got it, because of the protocol, that's why he was out for as long as he was, because he wasn't vaccinated. So,
but not good. Paradis, 3 hurries allowed. Dennis Daly, 1 sack, 2 hurries. He had been playing well too. Not sure what happened in this game. He got Hargraves straight destroyed, your boy. And then Moten, who did pretty well at the left tackle position. I think this is his best game he's ever played at left tackle. We've seen him there before. He's never performed this well, so shout out to him, man. He did good. He did much better than I expected he was going to do. And it showed like he wasn't perfect, but he was doing his job. I think he did what he had to do. I would like to see, and I'm sure the whole entire fan base would like to see this flipped. It ain't flipped right now. This is who we, and I think they're probably gonna roll with this shit. Well, no, because Cam is coming back. Nope, that's not true, Dave. Cam Irvin's coming back. I think he said he'll be back on Wednesday. Oh no, I think he said he's gonna get the Wednesday off. I can't remember what he said about Cam, but Cam Irvin could be on his way back. And if that's the case, you're gonna see shit flip again, and you're just gonna have a damn. This
is gonna be a mess, man. We're gonna keep rotating players. I think you need to just. They gotta. I'm gonna be honest, man. I know nobody wants to hear it, but we need to consider putting Christensen at guard. We have to consider it. Once Irvin comes back, and get John Miller out of there.
Hey, listen. I'm all right. I'm gonna be real. All right. Let me say this. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, because I don't think a lot of people are saying this. This is the truth, Dave. You ready for the truth?
Yeah.
There is no combination on this roster right now in which this team will be successful. I don't care who you put where. This offensive line is going to continue to struggle. The answer is not on the roster. This is facts. There is no combination that is going to save us, Dave. There is not one combination on this roster that will save us. It's not happening. So I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. That's the truth. Nobody gonna say it. Nobody else wants to say it. Y'all keep saying shuffle this person, put this person there, move him inside, move him outside, do this, do that, do this. Nah. It ain't on the roster, B.
Oh no, I agree with you there. It's definitely not on the roster. Like we've neglected this situation for a very long time, and now it's showing. And well, it's always shown, but I think we've always tried to point every direction but the issue at hand. And then there's always an argument of, well, there ain't too many teams that have great offensive lines. And that could be valid, but we don't need to be like, it can't be this bad. Like, it can't be this bad. And that's the dilemma that we have right now.
And guys, we keep talking. I know y'all want to see Deontay Brown. I know y'all want to
There's a
see it.
reason why y'all haven't seen him, guys.
There is a reason why he ain't out there. And again, even with Christensen, they talked about Christensen. He wasn't that great out there. They are trying to protect these dudes from themselves right now and protect their confidence. And I want to see Blastoise just as much as y'all do. And I think he's gonna be serviceable, but at the same time, I think it's got to be said, when you lose all that weight, you got to get used to not playing that heavy, right? So you've got to get your training, your conditioning right. You can't just go out there and put your weight, because he's been imposing his will. He's been bigger than everybody his entire career, and now he's got to learn how to play different. All right, so I don't know. I don't know that he's ready just yet, and I don't know. I want to see him just as bad as y'all do, man. Trust me. But he might just not be ready. I think the whole plan for him was to sit this entire year. They don't want him to play. They want to protect him and bring him out next year. That's what I think. They want him to get his conditioning right, get him in playing shape and all that stuff. I don't think he's ready.
Rashad, hold the fort on your rant. I'll be right back. I gotta take care of something. I just got a text, so hold on 1 second.
Yeah. So I mean, I just think, again, like I said, with this, I don't think the answer's on the roster, bro. The answer is not on the roster. I don't care what combination you put together. The five is the five. The five was the five, right? Even with Cam Irving, Eflin, them dudes ain't it. And now you got what's this dude talking about, bro? Hey, somebody get your mans, B. Get your mans, dog. Get your mans before he get caught up. But yeah, so I don't think there is no combination on this roster right now in which his team's gonna be successful. That's my opinion. It is what it is. You should have taken, and listen, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. And now I'm gonna be real, okay? So we took JC Horn, right? We took JC Horn. Y'all gonna be mad at me, but fuck it. We took JC Horn, right? He's not playing. How does defense looking without him on the field? How does defense looking with him on the field? It's fine, right? Just saying. Rashawn Slater, on the other hand, out here manhandling Myles Garrett, out here manhandling Chase Young. Hey, I'm consistent, bro. I'm consistent. Y'all not gonna like that, but it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Defense look lost without JC? Nah, I disagree. I disagree. Yeah, I saw the game, fam. I saw the game. You talking about a cornerback that was just got to the daggone got to the stadium that weekend. He was out there playing. So come on, B. Come on, B. But hey, I'm just a YouTuber. Yeah, I know y'all not gonna like that, but it's all. And I love JC. And it's not an indication of how he is. I think he's gonna be great. That's not my point.
The problem is, and I'm just walking back into this. The problem is that we had a glaring hole on the offensive line. We brought in Sam Darnold thinking that he was going to fix everything. Sam Darnold's not that type of quarterback, guys. Like, he's not that type of quarterback. The dude left the Jets with the poorest offensive line, and then we bring him to Carolina with the poorest offensive line,
with the worst offensive line.
And we expect a different result of what he's done. But then again, we told you guys last year that Teddy had a poor offensive line, and this line might be worse than what Teddy had last year.
I think it is. It is.
But it doesn't change the fact that you're bringing in quarterbacks that need everything around them. Teddy needs to have pieces around him. Part of the reason why Teddy's playing pretty damn good in Denver is because they have a supporting cast around him. So, like, you got to have a supporting cast around him. Just like you need to have a supporting cast around Sam. But Sam has a top 5 defense right now. And still, he can't do nothing with it without McCaffrey on the field. And we're gonna have to have a discussion about that too, by the way. At some point. We'll probably get into that when we
What?
get into
What now? Do it now?
about McCaffrey, about the law, about McCaffrey and
Yeah,
Sam.
yeah. We'll talk. Yeah, we definitely need to open that up. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Shout out to Chuba. We gave Chuba his flowers. He needs more flowers because, again, like I said, I was completely wrong about that. Again, I'm different. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. The second week, I'm eating crow. Okay, so shout out to Chuba Hubbard. He's the man. He's balling. Y'all know what he did. Let me just bring up this note real quick that I got. Let's see here. So Chuba Hubbard, again, like we said, he had a career high 101 rushing yards, 5 catches, 33 receiving yards, and it marked the first 100-yard rushing game for the Carolina Panthers since somebody else did it in Week 10 of the 2019 game against, which was another loss against Green Bay. So again, shout out to Chuba Hubbard, man. He balled out. He balled out, bro. He balled out. And I think he just proved what I've been saying for a long time, a couple years now here. And it took me a long time to realize it too. So I'm not blaming y'all. But let me I'll hold that thought till I get to Sam. But we got bigger problems. And this is some of the reason why we're getting exposed right now. But I'm gonna hold that for a second. All right. So coaching, Dave. I got coaching here as a stock down. Again, we talked about the third quarter. You talk about some of the situational play calling. Go ahead.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's fair to put Phil Snow in that equation. Because when you say coaching, it's as a whole. And I'm not interested in giving Phil Snow heat. Because I thought Phil Snow did what he was supposed to do in his end. Yeah. I that's just my opinion. Like I thought Phil Snow did what he was supposed to do on his end. I think Joe Brady and Matt Rule own some of this shit, particularly Matt Rule. Matt Rule owns it because he's the head coach. And Joe Brady takes it because he's with him and doesn't know how to adjust. But,
Yeah, I think definitely some of the predictable play calling, some of the stuff we talked about earlier. I see y'all in the chat talking about predictable play calling and Philly being able to just pick off what we've been doing. But here's another thing. Like you go back to last year, we started 3-2, right? We started 3-2, and then we lost 9 of the next 11 games. Do you see a slide like that coming? Because we started 3-0, we lost 2 in a row. Is this slide gonna continue, Dave?
If you guys remember my season-long prediction, I told you guys the slide was gonna come, but I'm nervous that it's gonna come sooner than what we thought. Because like losing to Philadelphia, that's a game we have no business losing. And I said it yesterday when we did the post game. I said prior to the season, I had us starting 3-0. I had us losing to Dallas. I had us beating Philadelphia, but I had us losing to the Vikings because it was a situation where I thought it was a game that we were supposed to win, but we're gonna find a way to lose it. That game happened yesterday, and now we got the Vikings next week, who's hungry to get another win to get back into the conference. Currently, right now, we're 1-2 in the conference. We're 1-2 against NFC teams right now. And There were some folks who thought that we were going to make the playoffs. But let me go ahead and give you guys a quick news flash. We can't make the playoffs losing to teams like Philadelphia. Because if Philadelphia actually does become good, and then we have the same record as them, we lose the tiebreaker.
Thanks.
So we can't afford to lose to these teams. Losing to Dallas is losing to Dallas. We expect them to win a division. I'm not too worried about that tiebreaker aspect because they're going to make the playoffs by winning the NFC East. All right? But we can't afford to lose to these other teams. Like we can't afford to lose to Minnesota next week if you guys are talking about playoffs. That's just the facts of life. Because the schedule doesn't get any easier after the first half. It does not get any easier.
Yeah.
We got to play the Cardinals in the second half. We got to play Buffalo in the second half. It does not get any easier, guys. We got to play the Bucks twice in the second half. Like, it doesn't get easier.
A lot of our division games are packaged up in the second half too.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We got to play better than this. We can't be out here talking about we got to hold leads.
Yeah, that was terrible. But shout out to Dominique. He said, should we be worried about Sam and Robbie? Can't connect here. Hold that thought. We're gonna dive into Sam Darnold pause a little bit later. But yeah, man. So hey, look, man. I think that again, the coaching, when you talk about what he's been saying, again, what Dave just said, holding the lead, like getting the lead and just holding on to it. Like the third quarter, no answers for the third quarter is why we suck in the third quarter. There's no answers to that. Like trends, right? We talk about trends and following the data. Like we're starting to a lot of things look the same as last year, bro. It's the same. And listen, you got to improve year to year. You can't stay the same. You got to figure shit out and get better, or you're gonna have a short coaching career. And right now, I'm seeing a lot of the same things offensively and from a head coach perspective, and just everything is just the same as last year to me. We started hot, then you get predictable. Once the teams got your film and they're able to analyze what you're doing, we clam up. We don't know how to adjust. It's the same thing we going back to last year. Same thing. So we got to be better, man. Everybody got to be better. But so coaching got stock down, all right? Stock up to Hassan, man. Hassan, he had himself a day, bro. Hassan had himself a day. This dude, well, he's like, 6.5 sacks on the year. He's definitely going to get this golf cart the way things are looking. This dude, again, last week he got hurt. He went down. Not sure where he was last week, but he came back. He had 8 total tackles. He had 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss. I mean, the dude was just everywhere, bro. He was everywhere. And I know he moved a little bit, played a little out of position due to the Shaq injury, but the dude is just balling right now, man. And again, you're gonna have to pay this man some big bucks to keep him. It's not going to be cheap to keep Hassan Reddick.
Sure ain't.
And he's proven it every single week. Up until last week, he was on pace for about 25. So I don't know what he's on pace for right now. But this shit is ridiculous right now. This dude's balling. Let me see if I can find the number of what he's on pace for. He is on pace for 20.8 sacks, which is fucking insane. 20.8 sacks. That's ridiculous. He's cooking right now.
He could potentially break a sack. Well, what's the sack record? 22?
I don't know what the sack record is.
I think it's 22. I don't know. I don't remember.
Shout out to Hassan, man. I mean, the dude's a baller, bro. He's a baller. Straight up pure baller. All right. Anything else on Hassan, Dave?
Nah, man. He gonna win that golf cart.
Definitely gonna get the blinged out golf cart.
Although Brian Burns leads the teams in pressures.
Yeah, Brian Burns does lead. He got the lead. I think Brian Burns has 17 total pressures. And like I said last week with Brian Burns, his sacks, the 3 sacks that he has, he came untouched. Pause. He was untouched on every single sack. Again, Brian Burns is close to getting multiple sacks every game. For some reason, he's just a hair late I'm not trying to say he's bad or not doing his job. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just putting the context out there.
Well, the thing is too, and we had this discussion yesterday on the post game. It could be a situation where it's a role thing, right? Like if Brian Burns' job is just to get these pressures, and then that opens up Hassan to go get these sacks. I mean, that's not a bad thing either.
No, it's not.
He's just going to lose the golf cart.
He got to pay for the golf cart. I mean, that sucks for his pocketbook. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, man, Brian, and then really, Hassan should have had 3 sacks because he came untouched too. Pause. On that last drive where Hurts rolled out and hit somebody in the back of the end zone, or threw it away. I can't remember, but yeah, he should have had 3 sacks. But it's all good. But all right, so Sam Darnold, Dave. Do you want to take the floor?
Sam Darnold's had 5 interceptions in the last 6 quarters. I think we're all going to blame the offensive line for this, and that's fine. If that's what you want to go with, that's cool. But it still boils down to his decision making. You can talk about how bad the offensive line is all you want, but he's making these decisions. Even his coach admitted that he was only going to his first read. I will give Rule credit for that. He did say that. So Sam is out here playing like he's a rookie quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So like this is his 4th year in the league. So we can't be out here acting like this is okay. He's not playing that well. He didn't play that well for the last 6. Whenever he has to actually execute and do something with the game on the line, he's not good. He's not good.
No, he's not. He hasn't been good. He's got 6 interceptions, and I think he's up there like tied for like the most turnover because he had some fumbles too. Like I think I saw a stat where he's up there with Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence for the most turn. Like, was he in the draft? Was he in a draft that just happened?
Well, they said that the reason why they made the decision to go after Sam Darnold is because he was better than the other guys that were coming out.
But was he in that draft?
No,
he
was in the draft with Baker Mayfield and Josh Allen,
but not this
and
past
Lamar.
draft.
No. But they made it. They. But the coaching staff in the front office, they tailored to make it to do that comparison of why they made the decision to trade for Sam, which is why they made the decision not to go after.
But hold on, just real double. You sure? You sure he wasn't in that last draft class?
No.
Okay. As long as you, because I mean, Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, they got most turnovers, but he's sandwiched right between those two. I'm just making sure he wasn't in it.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Okay.
I mean, but since you are here talking about Panther quarterbacks and turnovers and former Panther quarterbacks and folks that we probably could have, how many turnovers did Justin Fields have? But Justin Fields had to play all season. That's not fair. That's not fair. But Teddy played, right? Teddy's played. How many turnovers did Teddy have?
I know when he was with us, he only had 3 at the same time that Sam. Yeah.
Yeah. They only had 3.
Yeah.
Turned the ball over 3 times in 5 games. Sam's turned it over. He's had 6 picks.
6 picks, but he's also got some fumbles. I think it's 10. He's 10 total.
So 10 turnovers in 5. That's 2 turnovers a game. Is what I'm.
Yeah, he likes turning it over to the same dude too.
He does a habit of that because 4 out of his 5 interceptions in those 6 quarters, 4 of them were done by 2 people, 2 apiece. Stephon Diggs got 2 on the last one, and Darius Slay got against Dallas, and Darius Slay got 2 yesterday. So he likes to throw it to the same guy too. Maybe he's colorblind. You know, I know James was talking about LASIK and all that.
No, because I think I know why. Because Darius Slay wore number 2, and I think he thought that was DJ Moore because he wears the same number. I think that's what it was, Dave.
You think that's what it was?
I promise you that what it was. He saw the 2 in a single day. I knew Tom Brady was right. Tom Brady was right, Dave. He was right about that daggone number change.
You're right. You might have a good point because Stephon Diggs wears 7. And that could look like a 2.
I knew it.
Depending on the routes. So that could be why he's out here throwing these picks.
I knew that's what it was.
Other teams.
That's what it was. Darn.
I mean, but we've been saying it for over 20 years that Tom Brady was right. So maybe that might have been the issue at hand with Darnold and all these interceptions. But all
right. So we digress. We fucking around, but we fucking around. But anyway, Sam, he was bad yesterday, bro. Again, offensive line didn't help him out. We said the same shit last year. Y'all didn't give a damn. So I mean, Sam, listen, we want him to put the team on his back. And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We talk about the.
But no, the problem is stop right there. No, stop right there, yo. Stop right there. No, he ain't that type of quarterback to put the team on his fucking back. Like, you guys need to realize this shit. He ain't that guy. He's not that. Like, I think folks thought that he was that. He ain't that, guys. He's not that. He's got to have pieces around him. He's not that. So we need to quit talking like he is that. He's not that.
So Dave, let me ask you this: is there something to the Carolina McCaffreys being 3-0 and the Carolina Panthers being 0-2?
Well, Carolina McCaffreys was 0-3 last year, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah.
So my point is, in the grand scheme of things, it shouldn't matter, right? It's always a next man up philosophy when it comes to that. And I think people are going to say the Carolina McCaffreys are 3-0 this season. And Darnold, when he's on his own without McCaffrey, is 0-2. So, okay, so that's fine. We need to have McCaffrey back. But then you have to start questioning Sam's purpose, right? Because It's obvious that McCaffrey's his blanket, just like he was for Teddy last year. So, but you didn't see like the same errant ways. And last year's team didn't have this defense that Sam has. So when you take everything into account, this isn't good, man. Like this is not good.
Yeah, and Dave, you brought up a great point. We talk about, and we've said this. If you're new to this show and you haven't heard this spiel before, but I think C-Mac is the ultimate. He's the ultimate
Hindrance to a
crutch.
quarterback.
Crutch. Yeah, he's the ultimate crutch, right? It's like, you dating this chick, right? And you just you know she gonna be there. So you gotta go over there because you're gonna make that happen, and she's reliable. And when she goes away, you lost. You don't know what to do. You got to grab some lotion. That's what C-Mac is right now, bro. C-Mac is the ultimate. He is the ultimate. He hurt. He's the ultimate gift and the ultimate curse because when he's gone, especially with Sam. We're seeing a trend now. Sam can't. He went to C-Mac because he knew C-Mac was gonna be there. There's plays, and it speaks to the same for Joe Brady. Joe Brady needs Christian McCaffrey to have this offense to be successful. It's easy. C-Mac makes the job easy for Joe Brady and Sam Darnold. When C-Mac is gone, I got to draw up plays for everybody else. I got to think a little bit harder. I just can't roll out C-Mac out there, let him run a Texas route and take it for 60 yards. But that's the problem. You built this offense around one player. That one player goes down, and now you can't do shit. You look clueless out there.
And the thing that bothers
me,
but the thing that bothers me more is that we have so much talent on the offensive side of the ball, bro. But you can't do nothing with it because you got a porous offensive line, and you're not making decisions to do quick passes to these other guys you have. So, and I know like we have to keep the same energy because last year we were trying to be apologists and I was very apologetic last week. I said, Sam just probably had a rough one. Dallas is a really good team.
All right, so let's try to switch this to something positive, Dave. Okay, so here's the question: C-Mac comes back, C-Mac's healthy, right? And we look good again. Let's say we get back. Are you confident in that shit? Like, do you think moving forward that's a recipe to a winning football? Because we've seen prior to that, when C-Mac is on the field, we took L's when C-Mac was there too. I mean, everybody's starting to
like people don't realize. People don't realize. CMC as like the main guy, he has a losing record as a starter when he's the guy. But we don't want to get it. We don't want to talk about that because then we'll say, well, he had Kyle Allen and we had all these other quarterbacks. Well, bro, he doesn't have a winning record when he's out there.
This is not true.
Post Cam.
This is not true though. Corey, I love you, bro. This is not true.
It's not.
How many check the Panthers record with C-Mac starting? And it's not many wins on that shit, bro.
It ain't.
It's not, bro. It's not true. It's not true, bro. It's not. He might help. And obviously, because the offense is built around him and we can't do it without him. So obviously, it looks like when he is inserted back into the offense, everything goes great. We should not have an offense built around a running back, fam. That is the larger point, though. Dave, that's the larger point. We should not have an offense solely built around Christian McCaffrey. That's what this offense is. It's built around Christian McCaffrey. As Christian McCaffrey goes, this offense goes. It's not built around the quarterback. It's not built around DJ Moore. Not built around anybody else but C-Mac.
And a good defense. Like the defense,
I get
the defense matters, right? Like I think, folks, the defense matters. Like I know the defense ain't out here catching these passes and all this other shit, but the defense matters, bro. Like the defense matters because the defense wasn't there last season. There's only one other team that has the general of their offense, and that's the Titans. And even then, they have some good receivers.
Hey, Panthers. So I agree with this. This is true. This is absolutely 100% true. I agree wholeheartedly. This is a fact. There's no arguing this. There's no arguing this comment right here. I get it. But it is solely built around this man getting 30 to 35 touches per game. You cannot there, and going back to the other comment I had up here. There is no other team. Successful teams ain't building around a running back, fam.
There's only
That's
one.
not how it works.
There's only one team, and that's the Titans.
And look how far that got him.
So there's only one.
And that's a different type of running back. That's a different type of running back.
Derrick Henry's different, bro. Derrick Henry take the damn ball 35 times if he has to. And he runs. He don't really get that many passes from the backfield. Dallas did used to build it around Zeke.
They used to, but they changed.
They got CeeDee Lamb and they got Amari Cooper.
They changed it
and they fixed the defense.
They started slanging that shit. They changed it because you cannot sustain building around Christian McCaffrey. He is a great player. And if Christian McCaffrey was a complement to this offense, I promise you we would be unstoppable. If we were able to get everybody else involved and spread the football around, I promise you this offense would be great. But with him being the guy, the ultimate crutch for the offensive coordinator and the quarterback, it is doing more damage than good, y'all. I'm telling y'all. And I get it. I get it, bro. I get he changes things. But I'm telling you, with him being the focal point, it hurts. It hurts, bro. I'm telling y'all. Because the 3 games that we won, check those defenses, B. And then don't even talk to me about the Saints because look who they were missing when we played them.
And they lost to the Giants. The Saints lost to the Giants. So then you can question whether or not of the strength of the competition too, right? We beat the Jets, we beat the Texans, we beat the Giants, and then the Saints. So, and the thing is, the Saints is probably the best team we beat out of the 3.
They are.
But the Jets and the Texans are not good. They're going to be out here with top 5 picks again. I could see a situation where they might not win no more. Unless they play Jacksonville, they might not win any more games because neither one of those teams are that good. So, yeah.
So yeah, let's move on about Sam. Let's try to stay focused here. We got a little bit of, but I'm telling y'all, man, we got to figure out how to spread the football around, man. We gotta figure that shit out. If this offense ever becomes balanced from getting everybody involved, I'm telling you, shit would be dangerous, bro. But force feeding C-Mac, and I love C-Mac, bro. I'm telling you, don't take my aggressiveness on this microphone as hate against C-Mac because that's not the case. My delivery's fucked up. I like C-Mac, and I just wish everybody else was more involved. Spread the football around. Get everybody involved. It helps. It opens it up for everybody. It opens it up more for C-Mac instead of having 16 dudes in the box trying to stop you. So please spread the football around. That's all I think everybody should be. Can we all agree there? Can we all agree that the football should be spread around and not force fed to C-Mac? I hope we can all agree there. I love C-Mac. Please don't clip this shit out and say I'm a C-Mac hater. I'm not a C-Mac hater.
They're gonna clip this shit out and tell me.
I'm not a C-Mac hater, bro. Excuse my delivery. My delivery's fucked up.
Well, now the reality is that C-Mac, he's a great football player. He's arguably one of the best running backs in the NFL, and you should use that. But you also have a pretty damn good wide receiver in DJ Moore. You've got Robbie Anderson. You just drafted Terrace Marshall. You just picked up Tommy Tremble. You should use the weapons you have around you. Now, if you're telling me, well, the line doesn't allow it, then, bro, the line hasn't allowed it for 6 years. So I really don't want to hear that. So that's where I'm at there. And I think the problem with C-Mac gone, now Darnold's actually have to make some decisions. Darnold's going to have to do some other things. And we see what happens when he does. When it's time, Sam Darnold is the type of quarterback that can win you games when you have everything around him. But he ain't the guy that's going to win you games when there's nothing around him. So
all right, let's move on. Because I mean, this is what we doing. Again, we talk about the Robbie Anderson. I keep seeing Robbie in the chat. Fam, we can't hit nobody deep.
Sure can't.
You're not throwing past the sticks. You're not throwing at 20 plus. The things y'all killed Teddy for last year, he ain't doing, and ain't nobody saying shit about it. But he can't, when he does throw the football deep, he not completing the shit. He's inaccurate. He had Robbie wide open, way deep in the end zone. And he could have hit him if he let him up. He underthrew it. Because if that was Teddy, y'all damn sure would have said he underthrew the football. But I ain't hear shit about this deep ball that Sam threw and underthrew and allowed the DB to catch up and break that shit up. Ain't nobody say nothing about that. But this is his chart. It is what it is. Dink and dunk. That's the offense. Don't matter who the quarterback is. It is a offensive scheme thing. Is what I've been trying to tell y'all since last year.
Yeah, I think we've both been trying to say that for a while now. I don't think there should be any news. But if you look at, the only interception out of the three, no, all of them were over 10 yards. All the three interceptions were over 10 yards thrown. Mm-hmm. All three of them. But, now y'all try to blame the pressure. I don't want to hear shit about the damn pressure because Teddy had that same problem last year.
So here is our confidence meter. I'm way down. I was about a little over halfway up, but yeah, I'm down. And listen, if you're that dependent on a running back for your success, we got bigger issues. And I'm not saying a running back. I'm just saying in one player. Let me say it that way because that seems like I'm disrespectful.
Yeah.
When you're that dependent on one player, it's not. This whole game he looked off. He didn't
look good at all.
And
bro.
over the past couple games when the defense is like last week when the defense struggled, he got super exposed. The 3 games prior to that, there was no adversity. No adversity, bro. Those first 3 wins, no adversity for Sam. It looked good. He was up and down in the Cowboy. He had a terrible game. Then he came back. He looked good in the comeback attempt. But yeah, I agree, Colin.
I'm gonna leave it with this premise. If McCaffrey comes back and he has a bad game on Sunday, I'm off the meter, bro. I'm gone. It's gonna be all black next week. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. If McCaffrey comes back and this man has a terrible game, all your defenses are gone. You guys can't say anything at this point. He's the same guy that's from the Jets, and it wasn't Adam Gase' fault. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I mean, there's no shame to just admit if he's not the guy. Well,
sums it up, right? I mean, that does sum it up. And again, hey, listen, both of these quarterbacks, when we bring up Teddy, it's not to prop him up to make it seem like he's a great quarterback. That's not our intention. When we bring Teddy up, we bring Teddy up to prove a point that y'all all gave us shit last year when we were saying these same things. Y'all was saying how bad Teddy sucked, and ain't nobody saying how bad Sam sucks. So y'all energy completely changed. That's why we bring up Teddy. It's to prove a point, not to say he's a great quarterback. Let's be clear on that.
Because he's not. And we said that last year too. It's a matter of the pieces that you put around the guy. Like the reason, and the thing is, Denver's 3-2 as well. And I know you guys are gonna say that, but look who they lost to. They lost to Baltimore and they lost to Pittsburgh. So, it is what it is, man. But Teddy ain't turning the ball over in Denver. You can argue that some of Sam's interceptions cost us the game, but nobody, not even the coach, want to get into that. So, you can argue that as well. Because some of the interceptions did cost us the game. Like the ones that he had yesterday, those picks were bad. They weren't, and he had an NFL clean pocket on those picks. It wasn't like he was in duress for that. So let's not be out here trying to blame the line for all this shit. You guys need to go back and watch the game.
Facts. He definitely threw some picks from a clean pocket. That's a fact. So everybody talking about the pressure. He had clean pocket on. You can argue one of the picks he had pressure. The other 2 were from clean pockets.
Yep.
And which has been the case. You can go back and look at my good, bad, and ugly. It's all documented, bro. I'm documented. I'm documented, dog.
But you know,
I'm documented. All right. So here we go. Dante Jackson, man. Fuck, y'all done got me off my block, man. Dante was a baller, fam.
he was.
Dante Jackson, I told y'all another one where I was right. I told y'all Dante Jackson was going to ball out his contract year. Again, I never was a huge Dante Jackson fan. I thought he was always playing out of position due to the fact we had him playing number one cornerback when he shouldn't have been playing number one cornerback. He was always a good, solid number two. And when he doesn't have to play Julio Jones, Mike Evans, and those guys, he was great. And now he's doing just that. Dante Jackson, he had an interception, forced fumble on consecutive drives in the third quarter, which we couldn't capitalize off of. He has 6 tackles, okay? He has 11 interceptions in his career. That ties with Deion Grant for the second most picks in a player's first 48 games with the Panthers. So shout out to Dante Jackson. He's balling. He's about to get paid. He is about to cash in. I don't know if it's going to be from us, but he's about to cash in, bro. He's about to cash in big time. Big time payday incoming for Dante Jackson.
Yeah, he about to get this bag, bro.
Any thoughts on Dante Jackson, Dave?
He's balling, man. He's playing at a Pro Bowl level right now, and we're gonna have to pay him if we want to keep him. A lot of money too. So it'll be interesting. This offseason is going to be riveting. I will say that, particularly about what we're going to do with all these cornerbacks. It's going to be riveting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We got a lot of Gilmore, Horn, all them dudes. It's going to be some question marks. We're not loading up for cornerbacks for no reason. And Dante's potentially playing for a contract with another team. So you got to – he's balling out, though. He going to cash in, fam. He going to cash in. But shout out to Dante. He's balling. This year he is cooking. He is cooking right now. Why would you move him? Why would you move him? I see a lot of look. I get that. I get that. But fam, he's balling right now where he is. It's gonna be hard to move him. He's cooking. He's good in run support. He's laying the wood. Pause. Okay. He is smacking dude. This dude is my size. Pause again. But this dude is smacking cats.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Dante, man. Shout out to Dante. Special teams, block punt. I'm not gonna belabor the point. Stock down. They haven't been good. The kicker had a good day, but this dude that we got the block punt, which was crucial to the L. So I mean, everybody played their part. A team like Matt Rule said with the coach speak. It was a team loss. So that's all I got. I'm not going to belabor the point. It is what it is. Special teams sucked. And then I got one more. This is views from my section. The fans. And I'm not even going to go to the rant I was going to get into because it's 10 o'clock already. And I do want to give opportunities. People have been asking for the phone lines. I saw it. I'm going to open up the phone lines. Just bear with me. But this was a view from my section. I'm in there with a bunch of Eagles fans talking shit. If you look on this first picture right here, these two dudes right here, they was talking the most shit. And I couldn't really say nothing. These two cats right here, it was two of these dudes. They were talking the most shit. This dude right here, he was cool. We was talking football. He was realistic. This cat right here, he was pretty
Which
cool.
one? The one with the number 1 or the one with the 20? Because I can't see
20,
you.
The 20.
The 20 was the cool one or the one that's talking shit?
No, number 4. This is number 4 jersey, I believe.
Number 4 was which one was talking shit?
He was cool. No, he was cool. He was cool. This dude in the 20 was talking a little bit of shit. But hey, listen, it was a section full of. This is section 108 too, like near the tunnel. A lot of Eagles fans, they came here and took over our shit. So I got to get the fans to stock down, man. It sucked. It sucked. It was tough. But I'm not even going to go to that rant because we ain't got time. But it is what it is. All right. So moving on, sack counter, 6.5 sacks for Hassan Reddick, 3 for Brian Burns. Brian Burns been MIA for a couple games, been getting the pressures, but not quite getting the home. Hopefully we can get it fixed and get him going. We know the talent's there. We know dude is talented. He's just not getting home. All right. And we got the game preview coming up. Shout out to One Bar Lopagus. Man, these dudes are great. We linked up with them for the draft preview. Yeah, these dudes are real cool. So we're gonna be linking up with them this week. I think on Wednesday to discuss this game coming up. Gonna be another tough one. The Vikings are playing good football right now,
Mm-hmm.
and
They got a good front four too.
They got a good front four. They got a cornerback that wears single digits. So we got a great one too. All time great cornerback that wears a single digit number. So we got to be on the lookout for there. All right. So this is the current standings. We are still tied for second place. We do have the tiebreaker on the Saints because we did beat them. But we got to start getting some W's, or it could turn the other way. So shout out to the Panthers. We gotta fix this. We gotta get going, man. Springboard game at home against the Vikings. We gotta get it right. We gotta get going. Hopefully C-Mac is back and he fixes everything. And it is what it is. All right, so let's get to these phone lines. Let's open this shit up. Let me get a don't call in just yet. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm looking at my underdog, man. Jonathan Taylor's gonna cost me.
Ain't doing nothing.
I need 56 more yards, rushing yards from him.
Yeah, he ain't doing nothing.
Everybody else is on pace. Pittman's got his 5 catches, and Mark Andrews only need 1 more catch for you, bro. He got 4 catches.
Yeah, already. I need that. I got money on that one.
Lamar Jackson, he's halfway to his 300 total yards. Jonathan Taylor's the one that's gonna kill me, though.
All right, phone lines are now open. Y'all can call in. Phone lines are now open. We only keep them open for a couple, probably 15 minutes. So we're gonna keep the call short. Couple minutes, speak your piece, and let somebody else get in. So phone lines are open, man. Call in. Damn, the Colts are kicking the Ravens' ass.
They are, but that's good for you because
under.
No, but it's good. What's the number for the under?
Mark 46. Yeah, it could get ugly. It could get ugly if
what
the
you
Ravens
need is a game
scoring.
flow. I need Frank Reich to be like Matt Rule and just keep running the ball with Jonathan Taylor. But the problem is
my bad. Call coming in. I wasn't watching. My fault.
KB.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
KB, what's good, bro?
Yo, what's good, guys?
What up, man?
Hey, man, Rashad, bro.
What's up?
You killed me. You're my big picture guy, dude. You're my guy that looks at it from like a macro scale, and you give us fans and everybody that watches like most like comforting and most accurate like big picture of like what's going on. And I gotta come in today and tell everybody kind of just calm down and relax a little bit. Right? So, man,
you breaking up a little bit, dog.
Man.
You breaking up a little bit.
I'm breaking up here. Let me get off. Hold on a second.
Yeah, you good.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Much better.
All right, cool. All right, sorry guys. Hey, basically I was saying, man, like Rashad's my big picture guy. You know, you're the guy that looks at everything from like a macro scale, and you do a good job of showing us like kind of the state of the Carolina Panthers from like a big picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to come in here. I got to be Mr. Big Picture tonight.
Fair enough.
So I'm telling you what, I'm really not that worried about the Panthers, bro. When you think about it, we're in the second year of our head coach. We're in the first year of our new GM. All right, we've only had 2 draft classes come in. Our defense has been revamped in 2 years, becoming just like inconsistent, garbage, a couple players, terrible contracts, and now we have a good young core on defense, man, that we're building with a lot of studs and a good culture overall. That bit of a good coach. Brought to you by Matt Rule. And on the offensive side, we have studs everywhere aside from the offensive line. Like that is literally the only issue we have is the offensive line, and you can nip Darnold all day, but in a clean pocket is doing very, very well. And I feel like we all fans to remember we're still a rebuild, and this. I think the only people really think people that got mad or are really mad right now are the ones that got a little too excited after starting the show, and the ones that didn't hire Matt Rule from. Those are people that are furious right now. But as Panthers as a whole, all got to kind of just sit down and just realize what we are. Yeah, offense is a big issue, man, but our defense and every criticism we give and hard time we give the organization, Matt Rule, and the GM and stuff for how the offensive line looks and Sam Darnold play, we give them credit, man, for how this defense is playing.
Yeah, I mean, so I got to push back on the clean pocket thing because Sam has not been good from a clean pocket.
Okay,
he's never been good from a clean pocket. He has issues. Yes, he has issues, bro. His interceptions came from a clean pocket. His interceptions came from the pressure does that to you, right? So I'm not saying it's all his fault, but we can't sit up here and say that clean pocket Sam is going to be great Sam, because that is not true. And I keep it real.
I concede that.
I keep it real, bro. I would not lie to you. If Sam was great from a clean pocket, I would say fixing the offensive line is going to be the key that just fix everything. But you also see, you said I'm the big picture guy, but I'm also a trends guy too. I follow the trends. You have to follow the trends. You're seeing things go the same route, right? I question how this team sees quarterbacks. We've seen it multiple. You got two opportunities to get a guy, and you've chosen two guys that are essentially the same guy. That big picture, like you said, that should worry you. That should worry you.
What doesn't worry me though is I totally understand where you're coming from right there, man. But what doesn't worry me is at least that the organization, Matt Rule and Scott Fitter, they have the same thought processes in terms of value. What do we value more? Do we value Sam Darnold and J.C. Horn, or do we value Slater and whoever else was going to be our second string cornerback? Like what do you value more? And they valued Sam Darnold coming in, a young QB with potential. We don't know exactly how high that potential is, how high that ceiling is, but we generally know the floor. So surrounding him with more talent, it's just in terms of value. That I feel like that's what I love the most about Rule and Fitterer is they're getting the most value that they can. That's what I like. That's what gives me optimism. And yeah, the results, we're not seeing it right this second. We saw it a little bit when we started 3-0. But we lost 2 in a row. But really, when you break that down, again, it's only us and the Buffalo Bills. Only us and the Buffalo Bills are the only two teams in the league that go into halftime and have always been up. We have never been down going into halftime. It's coming out in the second half. So there's nitpicks. There's a lot of nitpicks, and rightfully so, and things that definitely need to be addressed with the offensive play calling in the second half. But in terms of big scope, big picture, I love what Matt Rule's doing. I love what Scott Fitter is doing. And I think for the future, we should all be optimistic, man. We just got to find some pieces on this O-line. But I don't blame Matt Rule. Matt Rule made an educated, analysis of the value he could get from Slater versus get it from Horn.
Bro, I feel you, bro. Listen, I feel you. But you got it. If you're not questioning some of these, and again, if this was a slow build, like if this was all right, we're gonna slow build it, and we're gonna make it happen and go slow and pick up a couple here. We're gonna build through the draft, and that's cool. But that ain't them going out and getting a Gilmore and going out and getting a CJ Henderson does not signal slow. This signals win now. That's what that tells. No, what you're putting out there, and then so what that happened again. This is the bigger picture coming in. When you open that window and you start getting aggressive, and the product doesn't match what you put on the field, you're digging yourself deeper into a hole. So that when you're aggressive like that, you've got to be able to match the product with what you're portraying. And that's that.
No, I totally see what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous about that. That's what makes me nervous.
No, I feel you, man. No, I definitely feel you there. That it's almost like we're trying to pry open that door sooner than it should be. Exactly. I kind of see what you're saying. It's like that door's not ready to be opened.
It's not ready.
But I think that also sets a tone and sets a culture in the locker room, and I think that is it's the same as, while I totally agree 100% what you just said about we're opening that door a little bit too early. We might be setting ourselves up for failure. I think that this is the first off season. This is the first off season we have cap room. I mean, we got to remember, go back the last decade, and we've had to deal with Marty Herney cap issues. And this is the first year where we have a substantial amount of cap to actually go out and get good quality free agents, right? So I think that same mentality about prying that door open when it's not quite ready yet is a big signal. It's a big signal to the rest of the league saying, hey, we're here to compete. We're going to do everything we can to win every single season. We're not slow building anything. Come to us. If you haven't considered coming to Charlotte before, you should do it now. And I think that's what they're trying to do, is create a culture of we don't care who's on our roster. We're going to fight and compete, game in, game out, every season in, season out. So I think that's the tone and the culture they're trying to set, because we have like you done in your amazing, salary cap videos, bro, which everybody needs to go check out. It'll give you a good perspective of where the Panthers are and where they might be going. But I think they're definitely going to make some big moves in free agency this coming year. And I think they want that culture, there.
All right. We'll see. I agree. Listen, if they make the right moves, this team could be successful moving forward. Again, we got a ways to go. This offensive line, it worries me. And again, I do project, bro. And that's the thing. I look towards the future. I see this. And when you look at this, at this offensive line class, bro, it's not what it was last year. So that's what makes me.
Nope.
That's why I'm getting anxious, because there is no Rashawn Slater. There is no dude. There's no Penei Sewell. Those guys. I mean, Evan Neal is great. Bro. And I think if you can get him, maybe your problem solved. But after that, it gets real shaky. There is no other. Like, after that, you taking chances. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes me nervous. And you're not gonna trade for one. Offensive lines are built.
No.
Good ones. Good offensive linemen are found in the draft, and they are kept for a reason. You don't. Scott Fitterer said it. You can't go out there and find offensive linemen. They're not giving them away. It doesn't work that way.
They're not even trading away their backups. He said every team's holding on to even their backup.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
So I feel you, man. Well, hey, that's enough big picture talk. I'll just say something real quick about the micro, and then I'll get off here and let other people get on.
Sure.
But I'll just say our immediate focus. I think it comes down to play calling for me. I mean, I think Joe Brady. I'm fine with the dink and dunk offense. I'm fine with that. Trying to pick the right matchups to attack and everything. And we do have a very, very, very young roster. But I think the play calling really set us up for failure. I mean, it's almost the offensive line. We know that's a certain. It's bad. We know but you can't blame that every single game when we've won games with the same O-line. So what was the difference in this loss to the Eagles? And I think it was play calling. And it might be O-line is always going to be bad for every game the rest of the season. Okay, and they're going to have some good games and bad games. But that play calling. I mean, Robbie Anderson's right. You should have hit him on the double move. You should have hit that double move. You should have hit that double move in the Cowboys game. Hell, you had Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. I think that was the callers for the game. But you had the commentators for that game even saying, why aren't the Panthers running a double move? You got Trayvon Diggs sitting on every route. Like, they even called it out. Like, bro, you got to run some more double moves. And maybe they don't trust the O-line to protect Sam that long. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But
it all works together.
I definitely think the play calling needs to get better. And just hopefully Sam doesn't get shook and start seeing ghosts again. But I love what the defense is doing, man, and all credit to Matt Rule for putting that together. So, all right, man, I'll hop off and let some other guys get on. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, bro.
All right, boss.
Dave, you want to jump in there? I almost ended the damn show. My bad.
Nah.
I was close to this close to hitting the end broadcast button. My fault.
Nah. But the thing is, man, I think folks need to really I think we're out here trying to give Sam a pass, and the fan base, and we shouldn't do that. We got to make him accountable like we make everybody else accountable.
Yep. Go ahead, Dave.
Oh
shit, Hector's back. Hold on, Hector. Go ahead, Dave. Finish your thought.
No, I'm good. That was it. I finished.
Hector, what's good, bro?
Yo, what's up, Panther Nation?
Hector, man, we ain't heard from you in a minute, bro. What's good, man?
Yeah, I've been busy with football.
How's your football? How your football season going, man?
It's good. It's good.
Undefeated, right?
Nah,
Took some L's,
we're talking way off that.
just like the Panthers. It's all good, man. You good though?
Yeah.
How,
Alright.
what's good, man? What's your call about?
But we're over here talking about how J.C. Horn and Rashawn Slater and all that. But we're not talking about how there's a starting lineman that we passed up on in the 6th round.
Trey Smith.
Trey Smith.
Yes. That is a lineman that was in the 6th round, and he is playing for the Chiefs. He is reliable right now, and our player that we picked over him, I don't think he's even playing.
Thomas Fletcher, the long snapper, is on IR.
And Dante Brown.
Yeah, and then J.J. Jackson is still playing at a good level. We haven't heard his name once.
Yeah, it's missed
So-
opportunity there.
That concerns me. And then on the offense, we're talking about how Christian McCaffrey, this offense is built around him. But you also have Terrace Marshall, which every time he gets the ball, he is getting yards.
Yeah, Sam missed them wide open too.
Yes, and Terrace Marshall, he's playing well every time he gets the ball, but we're not using him to our advantage, and that's a missed opportunity by us, especially since the defense already has DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson to worry about, and now maybe CMC comes back. We should be using Terrace Marshall to his full capacity if it's available.
I don't disagree. I agree 100%, Hector.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Yes, and then every time we're in a short situation, we're giving it to McCaffrey, and it's up the middle, and I do not like that. Christian McCaffrey isn't a big guy who's going to get you those yards by going over people, and with our O-line, that is not the situation we have. We should do more pitches, which is what's getting us more yards whenever we do it.
Yeah, I will say in this game we did get out on the edge a little bit more. I did like that. I agree with you. We ran to the left a lot, ran behind Taylor Moton, and that did get some success. So I agree with you. I mean, running up the middle has proven to be not something that we've been good at, especially in those third and shorts. But that's why we drafted Dante Brown, and we're not seeing him. You would think Dante Brown on a 3rd and goal, or 3rd and short, or 4th and 1, you just put him in the game, let him run somebody over. But that's just me speaking. I'm just a YouTuber. But go ahead, go ahead. You're doing good, Hector.
Yes,
what else you got?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And then I want to talk about this defense. We are playing at the elite level up front with Hassan Reddick and Brian Burns. And that's what I said before the season. I remember I told you guys that if they are putting Hassan Reddick on that sheet, we would be among the top. And I was right.
Yep, agreed. Defense is playing well.
Yep.
And then we need to start. Joe Brady needs to stop playing the same from the first half to the second half, because we are scoring in the first half, and then the second half we're just breaking down and they're getting to us.
Yep. It's good points. All good points. Anything else? You got anything else?
That's all I wanted to say, but the defense is doing great, and I really like how it's looking.
All right, Hector, man, it's good hearing from you, brother. Hope you're doing good in school and all that, and I hope you do better in your next game. Get that W, and let me know how it goes. Send us some film or something so we can watch you.
All right.
Have a good one, Hector.
See ya.
All right, bro. Hector's the man. Hector been watching the show for a minute, bro. He's young. He plays football. I think he's
quarterback, right?
Yeah, quarterback. I think he's probably like I don't know, probably 11 or 12 or 13 right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how old Hector is. All right.
Call from.
Last one, man.
JD 54.
To accept, press 1.
Yo, what up?
Yo, hey, Shot,
What's
Dave.
good? What's good,
You
bro?
hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sound good.
Hey, what's good? What's good? It's Justin, JD. I've been on the C3
Yep.
Friday Free for All.
Yep.
Yo, I wanted to call in, give my opinion on Sunday's game.
Sure.
Like as you guys have already said, and many other fans have pointed out, the defense did their job. Like defense was on point. They brought their A game. Our offense, and it's been this way since the start of the season. The offense has been struggling, and it's seemingly getting worse. And I'd imagine because as the season goes on, teams are able to get film on you, see what your tendencies are, see what it is that you're doing, and shit. Like the corner from the Eagles said, they sitting on our routes. It doesn't matter who you got out there at wide receiver. Shit, we can have Megatron and you name any of them. If they know where you're running, it's easy for the cornerback to just sit there and like the thing I'm wanting to ask you guys is what combination of blame and what exactly is it going to take for this offense to get right this season? Because like Sam's interceptions, you got to put that on him, his decision making. But at the same time, it's like if he doesn't throw this pass, then he holds onto the ball and he takes a sack. Offensive line isn't necessarily giving him all the time in the world to run through his progressions. He's getting sacked a lot, so that's probably speeding up what he's trying to do. And then Brady's not calling plays to take advantage of his receiver skill set. Mm-hmm. And when he does, I'm trying to wrap my mind around what combination of it is actually like Sam not being able to do something versus the coaches not putting them in a proper, like putting the team in a position to actually succeed. Like when you take your right tackle and switch on the left.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. No. I think you got a great point. I think a lot of the fan base is struggling with that, right? Because I mean I don't have the answers, but what I will say is that listen, there is no offensive coordinator that has everything they want from a personnel standpoint. Everybody has a weakness they have to scheme around. All right. We bitch and moan about our offensive line, but there ain't too many elite offensive lines in the NFL. They all got problems. Everybody's got offense. Some are worse than others. But what happens is good offensive coordinators are able to scheme around said bad offensive line. They're able to get their guys the football, get their weapons. I guarantee you, what other team, fam, because you said it too. And again, our offense has struggled, bro. Like Christian McCaffrey, we got some W's, but you're absolutely right. This defense has hit a lot of some of the struggles that were occurring even when we were getting W's, right? Even when we were able to get W's, this offense has still struggled, right? Yep. And so that's been overlooked. And what I'm saying is that good offensive coordinators have to find a way to get the football to their playmakers. It's I know it sounds simple, but it's really just that. Get your playmakers everybody, like, listen, how many offensive coordinators wish they had a Christian McCaffrey, a Robbie Anderson, a DJ Moore, a Terrace Marshall? There ain't you can't name too many teams that have a better group of skill positions than that. So, you gotta find a way to get them to. So my bad. Last time I'll cut you off. But for me, I'm looking at the offensive coordinator. For me, and it starts there, bro. To me,
right. So like what you saying, and I agree with you because as I'm watching the game, so Sam Darnold is a Carolina Panther. He's the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. So I'm rooting for this man.
Facts.
And I see him he went out through 3 interceptions, but in the back of my head, I was like, I want to blame him. But at the same time, it's like, bro, I've seen Cam have a terrible game and throw 3 picks. And, Cam was still my quarterback.
It happens.
So, for all the hype that Brady got, I don't want to state it
in a manner that makes it seem like I'm trying to take blame off of Sam, because Sam's faults are Sam's faults.
Right.
But at the same time, in my head, I'm like, run plays, put the guys in a position to succeed. Like with CMC last year when he went down, they started utilizing Curtis as a running back along with his wide receiver duties. Like, you don't think that you could do the same thing with CMC? You don't think you can just put him out there on the field and have him essentially be a decoy so you can get other guys open? For all the hype that Brady got coming into the league, they were talking about how he's going to be the next Sean McVay. And I've been extremely forget how Teddy played last year. I've been more disappointed with the scheming that Brady has been coming up with than anything. You were supposed, they talking about he's getting head coaching job offers, and I ain't seen a damn thing to warrant that he should be getting it.
Facts.
So I'm like I said, I'm torn because I'm watching the game, and even last week and the weeks prior to, Sam didn't play a perfect game. So I'm questioning his intangibles, I guess, his on-field intellect. But then I'm like, okay, but our offensive line is shit. So should I give him a pass? Or then I see the plays, and it's like Brady will have a nice one, like the play to Trimble, the touchdown pass to Trimble. I was like, that's dope. But where the fuck is that at in the second half?
Yeah, it's adjusted. You got to adjust. I agree with you. It's difficult. It's a difficult conundrum for Panther Nation, because I agree with you, bro. You don't want to throw Sam Darnold completely under the bus. Like, we know who he kind of is, who he is, but at the same time, we've got 2 years, a year and a half, going on a year and a half worth of information from two different quarterbacks, and there's one constant, right?
Yep.
There's one constant.
And as I'm listening to you guys' show and the previous caller prior to Hector, as I'm listening, it made me realize I don't think they want an alpha. Like, there's nobody in the NFL that would say Cam's not an alpha. I don't think they want an alpha type quarterback. Like,
they don't.
It is extremely frustrating, because this team would be like, I was one of those people last year that was giving Teddy shit, but I was giving him shit for his attitude after the game. Like, I was honestly, his play on the field, I wasn't upset with it. Like, he left some plays out there, but at the same time, I was like, bro, he's not terrible. At this point, it's just like, I feel like the Panthers, even with the defense being what it is, I feel like we're going to end up turning into a quarterback carousel.
Yep.
And it is annoying because,
it's the worst nightmare.
Again, like, even with all this being said, I'm thinking, like, because I've said it many times before, we need to get a better OC. But then that would kind of set Sam back, because he had 1 year with Brady, and now we got a new OC. And not only just them that's going to set the offense back, but if they can't get their shit together, when's the best time to move on from them? And is Rule even going to pull the trigger? Like, because he brought Brady to the NFL. Like, is he going to be coach enough to be like, hey, dude, you ain't doing your job. We got to cut bait.
I don't know, bro. I feel you. All those scenarios go through my head too. You are not alone in the way you feel. We all feel the same way. This is like a therapy session, because we all feel the same way. We don't know who to blame. Like, we don't know. And
I know who to blame. I know who to blame.
Dave said he know to blame. Hold on real quick, Dave. But you got anything else before I let you go?
Nah, I appreciate you guys letting me call in and everything. Love the show. Keep pounding.
Yeah, appreciate that, bro. Keep pounding. All right, Dave, go ahead.
Oh, I know who to blame. Coach staff.
Who to blame? Okay.
Coach staff. Like, I mean, we just saw one coach leave after just a couple of years into his contract, so don't be shocked if somebody else can. You know. But yeah, man, the coach staff. I mean, like, you know, I'll keep my message consistent. You know, part of the reason why I didn't give Teddy as much heat as he probably should have gotten is because I thought that the coaching staff wasn't doing their part, and we're seeing that.
I don't know,
dude.
It's tough. I'm not.
Tepper's got to make a decision. And you know, I saw you speak at the town hall yesterday, man.
Yeah, I was in there.
Yeah, I was in there for a bit.
I was in the town hall. I got up there for a couple minutes. That town hall is dope though. I think I like that. I like the town hall. So if you're not on Twitter, they got a town hall that happens. Panthers town hall. It'd be about a couple hundred people in there. Panthers fans just talking shit, hopping on the mic. It's dope. Super fun. Super fun.
Yeah, so
But
the bottom line is that I guess shout out to Sheena. Sheena Quick was in there, and she said some interesting things about like
I missed
particularly.
that. What did she say?
Yeah, there was one thing about when they made the decision to trade for Darnold. They made that decision after they went to Justin Fields' pro day. Like they didn't start the trade talk discussions with Darnold until then. So they saw something at the pro day that made them decide that we're good. We're gonna go ahead and go get Sammy or Matt. So that was interesting. And I guess Carolina, the other young, I can't remember her name's escaped me right now, from Carolina Blitz, who does the podcast with Vashni. Yeah. So Vashni was talking about how, like, historically, when it comes to losses like this, Tepper makes phone calls. So we'll see.
Not surprised. Not surprised. That's what happened. And see, that's another thing we ain't really talk about. I don't know if we got time to get into all that. But once that pressure, heads about to start moving, bro. We start losing. Tepper ain't got no patience, fam.
It's funny because, like, shout out
patience.
to Pat. Pat did his Monday Morning Clarity, Pat Coulter, and he did his Monday Morning Clarity, and I was in there, and he was talking about how, like, I don't know how Tepper's going to handle it. I was like, Tepper has no patience, bro. Tepper
no patience.
So when everybody keeps saying, overrule, get another year, I don't see it. If we don't really have some legitimate turnaround, I don't see it. And I don't know why you guys don't think he has patience. You guys think he has patience when he's already shown you in 4 years that he does not.
And listen, we got to stop it with that $7 million contract. The coach's numbers don't count towards the salary cap. You can cut them dues, and it could be it is what it is. So the $7 million or $10 million for whatever it is, that money for the coaches ain't shit. So that's nothing. It's nothing to get rid of.
We just saw that. Well, luckily the Raiders don't have to pay for Gruden's contract because he resigned. But the thing is, you don't have to.
But I mean, listen, man, we want the Panthers to be great, man. And that's what makes it that's what makes it frustrating, is because you got this great defense, and you got I think
absolutely.
Yeah,
I think that's the other part where I think it's not impossible to see them move on from him, to give Federer an opportunity to bring in his own head coach. Like, I think that's something that we're not stating enough. We did it backwards. We hired a coach before the GM.
Yep.
So,
but going back to us, that's what makes it so frustrating, right? Because KB was right. Like, we got a great defense. They were looking to point in the right direction, but then, we've seen this before. As Panthers fans, we've seen this before. And you start to see, and you look at what's going on, and you like, fuck, this is happening again. Different quarterback, same coaches, it's the same offense, good defense. And if the defense isn't balling, like, we're screwed. We're screwed. And I know we could be better than that, bro. I know we got the talent. It's not a talent thing. Offensive line is the talent thing. But we got a lot of weapons, and you can't. You got to be better than this, bro. You got to be better than this, man. You got to be better than this. But I don't know where it's gonna go. Listen, I'm hoping for the best, bro. I'm trying not to be. I want to be positive. I want to come in here and be positive, shot, and come in here and give y'all all the great things. But it's hard. They're making it hard, bro. Pause. They're making it real hard. Through different quarterback. And then once you start getting into this, you start processing all the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And I hate that too. I hate doing that. I hate being that guy. You all get into the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and then you start saying, "Oh, we should have did that, and we should have did this." And then there it is. And I hate being that dude, man.
No, it'll be interesting, man. I think everybody's talking about what's going to happen with the coaching staff, but the reality is, people are like, well, let's let Brady go But that's not going to happen, man. Tepper specifically handpicked Brady. Like, I don't think that's discussed enough. Tepper handpicked him. And probably paying him a really good lump sum of money to be his assistant offensive coordinator.
I don't know, man. But we got to bounce back, bro. We got to bounce back on Sunday. A win. Listen, at the end of the day, winning cures all, right? We were 3-0 and shit was high. We was riding high.
Mm-hmm.
We get punched in the mouth twice in a row, and we start having flashbacks. We got PTSD as Panther fans.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get these W's, bro. We got to get these W's, man. And this Vikings game, what are the Vikings right now? What's their record?
They're like 2-3, I think.
That's it.
Yeah, but they lost to some tough teams, dude. They lost.
Yeah, I know they played some tough teams.
Yeah, they had a tough schedule. So let's not be like that's it. You're like that's it.
No, I'm just saying. I thought they were, because they were playing such good football. I thought they were better.
They had a tough schedule. Like they've played some tough teams.
Yeah, they're 2-3.
Yeah, they're 2-3. They lost to the Cardinals by a point. That was a hell of a game too. They lost to the Cardinals. They lost to the Bengals by a field goal. They beat Seattle. They lost to Cleveland, and they beat Detroit.
Lions was a close game, but that's a divisional game. So
that's a divisional game.
We ain't gonna count that. But they destroyed Seattle though.
Mm-hmm. So
it's gonna be a close game.
They play some tough teams, bro.
It's
not gonna be an easy game.
It's not gonna be an easy game, but it's most certainly winnable. Let's start there. This is a winnable game. We shouldn't just be laying down for them.
No, we're not going to.
A winnable game.
We only lay down in one quarter. The third. We can't afford to have the same third quarter pause we've had all this other time. Otherwise, it's going to be ugly.
Yeah, this is a great question. Is Dalvin Cook playing? I know he's been out.
It's looking like he might be playing. It doesn't matter. Madison's not a slouch.
Yeah,
Alexander Madison's not a slouch.
They've been balling without him, yo. So you're right.
I got him in fantasy. Alexander Madison is no slouch.
That's the only.
And you still got
players because of fantasy.
And then you got Adam Thielen. You still got Adam Thielen's there. You got Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson, yeah, he's a baller, bro.
Yo, they got good receivers over there too.
This is gonna be. I think this is. Let me just say this: going into the game, this is gonna be the toughest test for our secondary.
Tougher than Dallas?
Well, Dallas didn't. They ran the football on us. They didn't really throw it. They didn't even try to throw it. They didn't want to throw it. They turned around and handed shit off. Then gave to it.
Amari got a long play pass.
Yeah, but that was it. I'm telling Dave. I'm telling you, this game is going to be the toughest test for our secondary, bro. I'm telling you, Dallas wants to run the football, and they did that.
But so does
they
Minnesota.
Really get off.
So does Minnesota.
Dave, trust me on this, bro. Trust me on this.
Wow, what a catch by Mark Andrews.
Trust me on this. Trust me on this, Dave. This is going to be the toughest test thus far for the Panthers. In the secondary.
You know what I need now, man? I need Jonathan Taylor to run for 21 more yards, bro. I need that immediately.
No, I already lost mine because Wentz damn got 329 pass yards.
Nah.
And Latavius Murray sucks too.
I need Wentz to get one more completion, and I need Taylor to get 21 more yards.
And what you gonna get? $120?
$500.
Shit.
I put a $25 5 pick. So
underdog fantasy right there.
Underdog fantasy right there.
Only on underdog fantasy can you flip 25 to 500.
Yep.
Go over there, sign up using PNP.
Yep. So we got 2 out of the 5 that's closed out. But I'm worried about the receptions between Mark Andrews and Marquise Brown. But I'm fine with that. Even if it ends up being a push, I can still win 250 because they'll just take the push off and it'll be 10x. But I need Jonathan Taylor to get 21 more yards rushing, bro.
They should be running the football.
No, the problem is there's 3 of them damn running backs. There's Hines, there's Mack. This is killing me. Like I'll be out here looking for number 28.
This is a great question, Dave. Are you selling high on Don Cohen?
I already sold on Don Cohen. As soon as he started 3-0, I sold a decent chunk.
Oh, you sold in. You sold in?
I sold a couple.
You cashed out?
I cashed some of it out. And then I gave some of the underdog fantasy. You know what I'm saying? I cashed some of that out. I got a little bit left. It's just not nearly as much as what I had upon the allocation that I built towards the season. But I got a question for you, man.
What's up?
What offensive packages were we hiding during the preseason?
I don't know.
I'm just trying to understand.
I don't know. They was hiding the package. But all right, we gotta get out of here. This is a late show. I gotta go to work in the morning. But I'll holler at y'all, man. Hey, keep pounding. Hey, make sure you support us on Underdog, my bookie. Use the code PNP when you sign up on both. Like I said, only on Underdog can you flip 25 into 500 like Dave is about to do right now.
Well, no, I need 21
Don't
more
jinx
yards.
it.
Yo,
Don't
do
jinx
not.
it. My bad.
I need 21 more yards.
My bad. All right. We getting out of here, man. Keep pounding. And we're gonna see y'all on Wednesday, I believe. Stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, so you know when we going live. That's when you'll catch our preview with One Bar and Lopagus, the Minnesota Vikings YouTubers. But that being said, man, listen, we're gonna try from last week is over. From this point on, we're putting that shit behind us. Positive going into week 6. All right. I think we can beat the Vikings, bro. We can beat the Vikings, man. This is a winnable game. Let's turn it around. Keep pounding.
All right.
Still around with the boys.
One more thing. Tomorrow, since we're not doing the game preview tomorrow, 8:00, Fantasy Focus. It's bye week time. Talk about these waivers. All right.
All right, y'all. We out. Peace.
Peace out, man.